As we proceed in the discussion of how to master the meetings, the important tools after the framework which I've given you is that how are you going to use the phrase? What phrases are you going to use? Because that's going to make the difference. See, meetings are also important because it is the way you speak, the way you present yourself that makes you recognizable in the organization and the company you're working. So make sure that you portray the right confidence, your vocal presence, and the use of your language and clarity of your thought using the right framework. That will make you recognizable. That will present you. And this is where you get recognized by the people and where you become in the spotlight for as the next candidate for promotion. All the best with that. And let me give you the tools, the exact scenario, the exact uh, phrase list which you can use. So what I've done is I've categorized the kind of conversation we have into 7 categories, where every category is having a different role. Generally, in a meeting, we confine ourselves within this 7, what I've observed. Maybe sometimes we go out of the box, but this is in general what is happening. So the first thing is opening and greeting, where you can go with good morning, everyone. Let's get started. You can go with hello, team. Thank you for joining today. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, colleagues. It's great to see you all. Greetings, team. I trust you're ready for our discussion. And you can go beyond that. You can figure out what. I've just tried to keep it very simple. So you can go out of the box. You can go beyond this. And the next second scenario I've thought is seeking input and opinions, because the major part of meeting is when we ask for opinions. So you can go with, what are your thoughts on this matter? I'd like to hear your perspective on this issue. Could you share your insights with this phrase? With us, please. Sorry. Do any of you have ideas on how to approach this? How do you feel about the proposed solution? When you want to ask opinion about some solution which is under discussion, so you can, how do you feel about the proposed solution? What do you think about this? What is your opinion about this? How do you feel about this? How do you see this? How do you look at this? You can go for the variation. Next is providing information and updates. When we are providing information and updates, I like to provide an update on our progress. Let me share some important details with you. Here's the latest information regarding our project. I have some news to relay about the budget. Allow me to brief you on the current situation. So this is how you can present information and updates. And you can go beyond this also. Another part is clarification and questioning. So could you clarify that point further? When you want to understand things at a deeper level, we can go with this. Are there any questions about this process? I'm not entirely clear on what you mean. May I ask for some additional details? Can you elaborate on the timeline for this? Can I have a bit of more information? May I mm, get a detailed version of that? How would you elaborate that? So you can go with the variation. Think of it. Primarily, it's about asking for clarification and giving clarification, asking questions, giving, explaining the answers. Other thing is important part is agreement and consensus. You agree with something somebody said. It seems like we're all in agreement here. I think we've reached a consensus on this issue. The I'm hearing a consistent viewpoint among the team. It looks like we're on the same page regarding this, and we seem to be aligned in our thinking. Next part is where we disagree. So how do we handle this? This also is very important. So, disagreement and diplomacy. Yeah. So disagreement and diplomacy. So you can go with, I have a different perspective on the matter. I respectfully disagree with that proposal. I understand your point, but I see it differently. Perhaps there's a middle ground we can explore, and I appreciate your input, though I have reservations. So this is how you can present a disagreement when you're not in agreement with something. So the differences can be discussed. The important part here is that we don't disregard anyone's opinion. We don't neglect anyone's opinion. It's important that we appreciate everyone's input. That's very important. And finally, it's about summarizing and closing. And for that, you can go with let's summarize what we've discussed today. To wrap things up, here are the key takeaways. In conclusion, we've covered the main points. To recap, our action items are as follows. That concludes our meeting for today. It's our video for today. And again, I request you go with the practice part because more you practice, more you'll be in control of situation you'll be able to use. See, the process is that you do the practice on your own. If you do the practice on your own, you're in a position to practice that in the live session when we are having the practice. And if you practice that in the live session, then you're in a position to implement that in real time scenario where you are in the meetings. And that's where things matter. You need to take this seriously because this one thing can transform your presence in your organization because people are recognized in meetings. If you master this, then you're recognized and you get the leverage over others. You have a better chance of growth in your career. So, all the best with that. See you.